Thanks for joining me for another episode of It Happened in Coppell, the series devoted to Coppell history and Coppell stories. Typically the stories that I tell are from decades back in Coppell history. This is a slightly more recent story, but I wanted to share it for those of you who keep up with Coppell High School news. You know that Scott Mason retired earlier this year. And this is a story about Mr. Mason, who was my band director from 1996 to 1999, as well as someone else that I've had the good fortune to know personally, and that's Yousef Malallah. If you go to Kroger at any time, you've probably met Yousef. He works bagging groceries. He's one of the most dynamic, friendly, funny people you'd ever care to meet, and it just incidentally, he happens to have Down syndrome as well. And I met him because my sister worked with him for a long time. He would always call her his sweetheart and sing songs to her. What I didn't know at the time until fairly recently was that Yousef was also in the band. And when I heard this story, I found out from his mom that he always dreamed of being a drum major in the band. And when the band would perform, he would stand on the sidelines and practice conducting, pretending that he was one of the drum majors. But he couldn't actually lead the group because only an official drum major could do that. And it turns out that Mr. Mason encouraged him every year to audition for a drum major. Now, he didn't get selected, but he wanted him to keep trying. And then in 2008, Mr. Mason worked out a special surprise for Yousef and his family. At senior night in November, they called Yousef up to direct the school fight song. Yousef climbed up the ladder onto the platform, lifted his arms, and led the band through the fight song. You can see the video on YouTube, and it's just an amazing 2 minutes. He's very energetic with all of his directing, and you can tell how passionate he is about it. And the crowd just goes crazy. And at the very end, they're chanting his name, and you can just see the pride in his eyes. And I remember when I was in band, we would always end our performances in the band hall doing a call to order of attention, where we talked about our feet being together, our shoulders back, and our eyes with pride. And I think when you watch that video, you really get that sense of eyes with pride that Yousef embodied in those moments and that Mr. Mason helped him experience. So for August 10th, I'm Sean Jix. That's how it happened in Coppell.